Welcome back to the Big Weekend Show. It could soon be no work and almost all play if this Pennsylvania Democrat gets her way. The state lawmaker is pushing for a 4-day work week bill with no pay cuts. This would only be for businesses with 500 employees or less. The lawmaker...
More.
Or more.
Yeah. Bigger than 500 jobs.
Thanks, Kennedy. The lawmaker writing the bill draft, quote, workers deserve to have weekly schedule that respects the balance of work and personal responsibilities. Raymond, to me, this strikes me that this is not a bill for people who work. This is a bill for people who don't work, don't want to work, right. They're lazy, and they don't want to get a job. That's what I think this is.
But why are we putting another burden on businesses, requiring them to pay people more for less work? That's what I don't understand. And look, in some industries, this might work. I've read the studies where they go to 4 days and it works in some industries. Fine. But the airline industry, the restaurant industry, any service industry, are we only going to eat and fly 4 days a week? I don't think so. So that means these corporations are paying out much more for less work. I don't think it works. And when I looked in this Minnesota example, a 4-day work week for teachers, 98,000 students impacted. These kids can't read or write now. So you're going to give them another less day of schooling, and that's going to help who? I don't understand any of this. I think you nailed it at the beginning. It's for people who don't want to work, and it's government mandated. That strikes me the wrong. So
what was the term that we came up with during COVID for jobs that don't really matter, that the government determined don't really, and non-essential? Yeah, so it's just going to create a whole new industry of non-essential jobs. But Kennedy, thank you for your corrections there.
Absolutely.
But as I think that companies like Amazon and Microsoft have already been experimenting with this. So this is the other thing that the central planners in the government always do. They wait until somebody has an idea, they try it, and then they come blundering in to take it over because they think that, like, private companies can't look out for their own best interest or their workers' best interest.
I pet the rabbits. They're so soft. Yeah, that's the federal government. And my problem with this is it's a lie. There's no way you can work 20% less and be more productive and then say technology. That's like Anthony Fauci going science, but then completely ignoring the evidence. It's like saying I'm going to eat 25% more calories every day and I'll probably lose weight. That's not going to happen. In a couple months, you're going to be a great big fat person. And, what happens to our economy? What happens to an entire generation of new workers when they get addicted to this idea? Pretty soon, they're going to want 3 days a week with a raise.
If you do that, you're going to confuse your obstetrician. Would you want to work 20 hours a week?
No. Work 20 hours a week?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to work 20 hours a week.
That's the whole point of it.
I really want to talk to the small businesses and the mid-sized businesses that are also in Pennsylvania, because they can still have their workers work 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever, and they have to retain those employees. And they're going to now be competing with these other companies that are essentially going to have to give their employees a raise because they're working less and working less and getting paid the same. And so how are they going to hold on to their employees? It's hard enough on small businesses to keep people showing up on a daily basis.
Yeah. The government needs to stay out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. That central planning is awful, to Charlie's point, but that's the best point here. All these politicians talk about, small businesses are the backbone of this country, but then they do things that put them at such a competitive disadvantage. It's maddening.
Yeah. And also, like, the concept that people that, companies that employ people, as if they're not interested in their own employees, which, of course, their employees is their bottom, that's their bottom line. And obviously, if their employees are really unhappy, they walk away. Well, that doesn't help the company. That doesn't help the evil big business. And I don't think politicians are going to do anything to fix it.
It doesn't help the consumer either. And when you're talking, when the consumer is children in the classroom, this is detrimental to their health. Sorry.
Okay.
Nightmare.
As if that's not bad enough.
Okay. So, I work for UPS. They already have something like this. It's called part-time. You don't have to work 40 hours a week if you don't want to. Get a part-time job. What's the point in this bill? It's stupid. If you don't want to work 40 hours, get a part-time job. There's lots of them out there. There's tons.